Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I am Jennifer Seger and welcome to a weekend vlog Easter edition in which we are getting packed up and heading out of town to see some family for the upcoming holiday, and Ruby is excited to say the least.
All right, here we go. Heading to North Dakota for the first time since Thanksgiving. Woohoo! All right, we're ready, we're psyched, we're hungry, so we have to stop for food.
Yes.
And we've got a lot of water, so there's potentially going to be a lot of stops, but we're going. Here we go.
So it's about 5:30 when we left our house, and it takes about an hour for us. We live on the far east side of the Minneapolis-St. Paul Twin Cities area. It takes a full hour to get through the cities and hit the open road, so to speak. And it is a straight shot to Fargo along the I-94 corridor. It takes roughly 3.5 to 4 hours of just driving. And sometimes it can be really pretty, and sometimes in the spring when we were driving, it's just kind of brown and blah. So it was okay that the sun was going to be setting on our trip. We got through the cities and stopped at Quick Trip. This is a chain of convenience stores that we love because they have a lot of healthy snack options, so we can get that and not hit the drive-through, and Ruby can just wait patiently in the car for us while we do a little bit of shopping, and then we can just eat and snack as we are on our drive home. So we were driving into the sunset and it was so beautiful, and had a lot of driving in the dark too, and it gets really dark when you get out in the rural areas. I couldn't even film anything much after the sun went down. Okay, so we made it to North Dakota. It is about, I'd say, almost 12:30-ish. I'm not even sure on the time. We got here about 10:45 and had just been visiting with my parents. We unloaded the car. Poor Nate drove the whole way, so he's already chillaxing for the evening. But we just got to get ready for bed now, and we're gonna zonk out because we're super duper tired. This whole weekend should be pretty chill, and the only day we actually do have plans is tomorrow, which is Friday. I am driving into Fargo, North Dakota, which is kind of the most famous town in North Dakota, or the one most people know, the biggest city, and it is the closest one to my parents' house. We're kind of out in a rural community here, so we're driving in. My mom and I are going to get pedicures and pick up some groceries and maybe grab some lunch before heading back, because we've got a lot of fun meals to make over the weekend, and especially Easter dinner. So that's kind of the only day that we have planned while we're hanging out here. So going to get a good night's sleep so we can have fun with that tomorrow, and I'll check in with you guys then. So years ago when I lived nearby, my mom and I would always go to this place in West Fargo called Fashion Nails, and it's just this little hole in the wall. We got there and they had moved 2 doors down and completely remodeled. That's the owner, Han. This is the start of him starting to recognize me and say hello. Just really friendly. If you live anywhere near Fargo, I so recommend you go. It's beautiful. They have like a full bar and coffee and drinks and tons of gel nail colors, which is what we got. We were there to get pedicures and have a nice relaxing morning. I had not had a pedicure in over a year, like pre-COVID era. And my mom also, she's gone maybe once, I think she said, but both of us were really excited to just relax and have a nice visit and get some pretty nails did for the spring and summer months. Then to get fueled up for shopping, we had to stop and get some lunch. I love using the Chipotle app, so you can just order online and then you just walk in and it's completely contactless. Just pick up your bag and go. And wanted to do Chipotle above anything other that was quick serve because it is a great place to get a Whole30 option. I get the lifestyle bowl that has cauliflower rice. So we've had a super fun day in Fargo, got our pedicures at Chipotle. We went into just a couple stores, and now we got some Starbucks, which I'm super excited about. We are doing a Walmart grocery pickup, and then we're going to go home and hopefully get some grilling in before we go to our church for Good Friday services tonight. So I'll check in and show you some of the grilling, but it's been a super fun day and really relaxing. So we got home from Fargo and unpacked our grocery order and just making dinner now. We're doing these skewers on the grill. We've got just some pepper, some yellow and orange pepper that we cut up, and zucchini and onion, and then mushroom, of course. Nate hates mushroom, but my parents like mushrooms, so I got to include mushroom. And then the chicken cut up into bits and then kind of season that with just this, see if I can get it to focus there, 6-pepper seasoning blend from Tony's? I don't know. Probably Tones. So I'm excited to try that. And then I'm super excited because I made a Jen skewer. It is all mushrooms and 1 pepper. What was left over, and this one's all mine. So Nate's going to put those on the grill. And then in the oven, just at 425, we already got these in because they'll take a little longer. We did cut up potatoes. Ooh, steam. Potatoes, some are super tiny and some are large. We were using a different size chopper. My mom has the same chopper we have at home. I'll link it below. But just doing up some potatoes with salt and pepper. Got about 15 minutes left on that, and we're grilling outside, and then we are going to be ready to eat. So excited. So the kebabs are done. They look amazing. We did sample a little bit of the chicken right here, and I will tell you, I may have used a little bit of a heavy hand with this 6-pepper seasoning because it does pack a bit of a punch, but it's still really yummy. And then we diced up some potatoes. My mom has the same chopper that we use at home, so I'll link that below. And we accidentally used 2 different sizes, but they came out super yummy. So excited to sit down and have some yummy dinner. Well, hello and welcome to Saturday. It is the day before Easter. Honestly, didn't get a ton of filming done yesterday. We had a good day in Fargo, which is just about an hour away from where my parents live, kind of out in rural North Dakota. But yeah, we had a good day, lots of fun, and we came home, and I don't do a lot of shopping. I was beat. So we had a nice dinner, and then we just kind of relaxed, visited, and watched a little bit of a movie before an early bedtime since we'd gotten like 0 sleep on Thursday when we came in. So we woke up this morning refreshed. We've just kind of had a lazy day, had some breakfast, just visiting and whatnot, but trying to think of what we can do on Saturday to fill the time. Normally we have a lot of people around on Easter, a lot of family, and this is a really different year because it's quiet and it's just Nate and I and my parents. So my dad and Nate are off doing some, I don't know, boy things in the shop. And I think my mom and I are just going to do some fun things in the house. And I thought I would tackle as a project the pantry. You know, if you watch my channel, that I really enjoy organizing. So thought that would be just kind of a fun project to keep us busy during the day today. All right, so I'll give you a little sneak peek of the before. This is the pantry. It is well stocked. It is a really small area that is trying to house a lot of different things. And if you're thinking that my parents have a lot of food on hand for just 2 people, please know that they are not 2 people always eating here. My brother lives across the street with his family. He's got grown kids that come home. So usually Grandma and Grandpa's house is really full, and my mom is usually cooking dinner for anywhere from 2 to 10 people on a given day. So she does have a lot on hand. So it's kind of a fun project. We're going to get in and just give it a little spruce, as I like to say. So here we go. My best tip when you're going to tackle a project like this and get organized is to start with a clean slate. So it's best to get everything pulled out so you can see what you have and take time to sort it into like piles. So I was kind of separating here between canned vegetables, canned fruits, drink mixes, paper products, etc., etc. So it is worth it to take the time, pull everything out, see what you have, and then really be able to think how you're going to work the space. My mom and I had talked about the fact that in this space there was just more than could be handled. I mean, it's a smaller pantry, so we made the decision to pull everything out, and she had some other cabinets in the garage that she was going to work some of the lesser used product, like the bigger bowls and things into, and we would just find room for what she used on a regular basis as well as the food in the pantry. So that was all going to be accessible and right off the kitchen. So I would say it took about 3 hours total to get everything cleared out, sorted, and then put back in today. So it was a big project. Okay, so we've got everything cleaned out completely. Empty shelves. I did leave up some of the systems that were already in place for like lids and pan racks and nails, and if we don't end up using them, we'll take them out. But got it all cleaned out, shelves wiped down, floors scrubbed. We're ready to get organized and get some things back in here. Okay, so we're all done with the pantry. I think it looks better. It's not your typical pantry because the shelves are kind of shallow. So we got 2 rows of cans in there, but kind of separated soups on the bottom and then veggies. Then you just have your dinner items and fruit, and then more dinner items. And we are not close to a store because, again, my parents live kind of about an hour away from shopping and things, so we couldn't run out. But I did find these turntables, which worked really nice for just some one-off things that we have, along with some extra space. And then just did some vinegars and oils, potatoes and pastas on top, and then baking supplies and some breakfast and snack foods, and then a whole shelf for all of the different Ziploc bags. And we have kind of this pull-out tray for Ziploc baggies too, so that kind of worked out. And then got all of the paper products, this cute little container that my mom had on hand for straws, which was super cute. And then we weren't going to put the shelf back in, but actually kind of needed to get some cake pans and things that she uses often. And then over here, she's got Jellos and different pie filling things. And then we left the systems up on the wall for the lids, and then the pans that get used most often. So, I forgot to show over here is just some more random canned items, dip mixes, some condiment overflow on that wall, different canned meats and tuna, more condiments and baking. And then the thing that did not fit on the shelves are these 2 big containers. One is for iced tea, and then just to refill the coffee creamer that she uses. So I told her next time to get some OXO containers, or we'll find something so they actually fit in the shelf. Right now they're just sitting on top. And then I forgot to point out just a kind of a little bushel basket there to hold chips, which worked out pretty well. And then on the door, because she has this really nice door on her pantry tour, some more drink mix-ins, and then the coffee and the instant, kind of just all drink mixes on the door, which is really handy because I have to show this. My parents have this awesome reverse osmosis system, and you can just get instant hot water or cold water, and it's so good. It's filtered, so it's just like if you would buy bottled water. It tastes so super good. So it's on my wish list of things to get someday when we have a house. But anyway, so that was a full Saturday. It's like almost coming on 6 o'clock now, and we are really tired. So we're going to have a little rest and then have some yummy dinner a little later tonight. So job well done so far today. So Nate and I had both had really full days. I was busy with the pantry. My mom and I did that, and Nate was out helping my dad. But poor Ruby seemed like she had a lot of restless energy in the evening. So we went out for a walk, and this is the little road that leads out of my parents' small town. And it's kind of fun as an adult to go out there because it was always forbidden. This was like the big highway, and I could never go that way, that direction when I was growing up. So we walked out of town a little bit, and I love where we live in Minnesota. We have so many gorgeous walking trails, but you really can't beat the views and just this 360 of the big sky and how beautiful the horizon is, especially with my husband in it. Hi, Nate. But you just can't beat how gorgeous it is, and it's so quiet and peaceful that we just love when we get back to North Dakota. And Ruby loves it too because we have all this open space to go and play fetch. This girl is obsessed with playing fetch. If you get started with her, it is hard to stop for hours. And Nate's a good thrower, but I'm not. I'm not a good thrower. I have no athletic bones in my body, and Ruby always has to back up to catch if I'm throwing, so I think she prefers when Nate throws. But she has a hard time setting the ball down. Even when we go inside, we have to put the ball up higher. We tried to because she was panting and she needed to drink so very badly and just to rest, but the girl was obsessed. She knew where her ball was and she just won't let it go. And we thought it was cute. She got up on the stool and was just hanging out up there, and she knows she's not allowed to get up on the counter, so we thought she was just going to look sad and couldn't get her ball. She sat there for a few minutes, and eventually she got brave enough that she just hopped up and she just went for it, knocking over things in the process. But hilarious. What a dog. What a dog. Good morning and happy Easter. It is Easter Sunday, so we are up and dressed. Kind of show my outfit here in our best. Wearing sandals, and it is 37 degrees outside, but it's supposed to get into the 60s today, so that should be nice. We don't have too much planned. Our church, it's a small town church, and they do breakfast with like eggs and rolls and things for breakfast, and it's all served by the men, which is nice. So my mom and I haven't had to do anything this year, which has been great. So we are just kind of cooling our heels until it's time to head over. We're going to have some breakfast, church service. Then we're going to come back and grill and just kind of spend the day relaxing, maybe pick up some of the kitchen project if we feel like it from yesterday. So yeah, that's our day. Happy Easter. So we're back from church, and Nate, the grill master Seger, did some ribeyes for us on the grill, and I roasted some asparagus in the oven and just with garlic the way I normally do. And then Nate actually made these. It's my mom's recipe. I've made them before, but these turned out like far better than I've ever had. They got really kind of done, and the cheese was a little crispy. It was so good. They're just cheesy hash brown potatoes. I'll try to find a recipe and link it for you all below, but it was just a really good Easter dinner, followed by peach pie, which is one of my absolute favorites. So really, really nice lunch. And then later, we had a lazy afternoon and thought we needed to get out of the house, and Nate was itching to drive one of my dad's Corvettes. My dad restores old cars, so we hit the open road and out in a convertible. Ruby loved having the wind in her hair, and it was so super cute watching her. It was 67 degrees outside, so I'm not going to say it was the warmest trip ever, but Ruby was loving it, and you know, Nate was enjoying driving. Some of us weren't enjoying it as much. I was having trouble, but then I figured out the hood situation, so it was all good, and Ruby settled down and took a nap, and we could enjoy the beautiful, beautiful skies and just had a nice little drive. So again, it is super late. It is like 11:15. We've had a really busy day. I didn't pick up the camera too much today just because it was so relaxing. We had a lot of nice time visiting with my parents. Well, even starting off the day, you know, we were at church. We saw so many people that we had not seen because of COVID since Christmas of 2019. And now, bless the Lord, so many of those people have received the vaccine. And things are feeling, I mean, Nate and I have not had it, but things are feeling a little more safe and a little more open, so we could go to church and visit with so many people. And I'm from a really small community, so so many of the people that we see are like, they're like family, and we just haven't had the opportunity. So we feel very blessed that we had that this morning. had some good meal, good fun, and just lots of visits with family today. So it was a really good day all together, a really great trip. We enjoyed our Easter. We're just exhausted after the day that we've had and ready to get to bed. Tomorrow we're getting up early. We're going to have a quick stop in Fargo that I'll bring you along for, and then hitting the roads. So I guess I will check in tomorrow, and here's a wrap on Easter Sunday. So Monday morning we packed up and said our goodbyes, and we got to Sandy's Donuts, which is the stop I was looking forward to in West Fargo. And we were there a little bit after 10, and they were sold out of everything. We'd heard that could happen, but it was just crazy. I wanted an apple fritter, and they didn't have those. We had to get blueberry fritters, and the cases were just empty. But if you're ever in Fargo, this is the place to go for donuts. It's just like a thing. It's so super good. And I was excited to get a maple long john. That's one of my favorites. Nate got a fried cinnamon thing, and then we tried a Butterfinger and a peanut butter and jelly donut. So those were the kinds we got, but they have tons more. They were just really, really out of stock because we were there, quote unquote, late in the morning. So we really missed out. And we took half a dozen to go, of course, to have some at home and put in the freezer too. But poor Ruby, we give her some people food, but she can't have donuts. So she just had to sit and watch us enjoy. And we just kind of hung out in the parking lot and ate before we got back on the road. And the drive, like I said, it is just kind of a boring drive, and it's especially hard heading back because you're not excited, really. You're excited to get home, but you're not excited to get anywhere. So I don't know. I always feel like it seems extra long on the way home, but the timing worked out for us to stop in St. Cloud and go to Best Burger Ever. And I'm including this for those of you that might do that drive and have never taken the time to stop in St. Cloud, because it's a little bit out of the way, but so worth it. They have these shoestring-like French fries. So we stopped about 2 o'clock. We were full from our donuts. And I got a Sloppy Joe, which is also crazy to me, or a barbecue. We also call them barbecues, that you can get that in a drive-thru. Although if you're driving, I recommend doing something like a burger, which is what Nate did. But we stopped in St. Cloud and ate those and then passed out, some of us, on the way home for the rest of the drive. Okay, so we made it home. It is a little before 3:30. Our drive took about 5.5, maybe closer to 6-ish hours, but we did make 3 stops, so I feel like we made really good time. And it was a really good trip, but it does feel really good to be home. Now I just have to deal with this situation. I guess we're not really light travelers, but that's okay. Nate's just bringing in the last from the car, so I better get busy, but wanted to sign off and thank you for watching our Easter vacation vlog type thing. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please make sure and click that like button below. Also, I'd love it if you would subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next time.